Now understand what entities options Dialogflow gives us. It gives us map entity, list entity, composite entity, regex entity, automation expansion, and fuzzy matching. So let's discuss each one in detail. So you can see that the entity that we have created is a type map entity, because here we are providing key value pair. So the key is checking and the value is checking. But you can add more values here, like when you can also say checking to check, or you can also say C for that. Same for the saving, you can say save and S as a short form. So whenever you ask anything regarding account, and if you specify checking, check, or C, it will recognize as or pass that parameter as a check-in parameter. So let me show you that. So training agent is completed. Can you please tell me about C account? You can see that in the user request, user has said as synonyms for checking, and the Dialogflow recognize it and map it with the right entity key, and this will pass to your fulfillment layer so that it recognize the parameter coming in the request, and based on that perform the custom logic to fetch data for checking account or for the saving account. Now let's discuss the list entity. List entity provide a list of single value entity. They do not have reference value and synonyms. Let's create a list entity. So I am creating a list entity with the name of feature, and I'm unchecking this one, and I'm saying feature entity will have mini statement, it has deposit, it has withdrawal. Let me save this entity. Now to test this entity, we have to create an intent. So let's create an intent which is bank service, and I'm adding a phrase here, can I get my mini statement? The second one, show me my deposit and withdrawal. So let me map this phrase with our entity or the parameter. So withdrawal, deposit is matched with our feature, and the mini statement is mapped with our feature. So let me save it. So let me ask about my deposit. So deposit, and you can see it correctly recognize the parameter coming in the request, which is deposit, which is a feature param. The key is feature and entity type is feature, and it is also recognizing the intent correctly. So let me try one more time with the mini statement, and it recognizes again. Moving on to the composite entity, it is a special kind of list entity. It has combination of two or more entities along with simple words or phrases. So let's create an composite entity. So I am giving a name as user request, and I'm removing this because it is a list type, and I'm saying that account type, account, I'm adding this phrase, and then I'm saying that the feature, and let me save it. And to test this, let's go in the intent section and add the training phrase. So the training phrase that we need is, can you please tell me the checking account deposit? and let me add it, and now let me map it with our new entity. So I'm mapping it with the user request and saving it. So let's check this one. Can you please tell me the checking account deposit? And here you can see that the parameter it is having is user request, and now it has feature and it has account type. So if I ask please tell me the checking account withdrawal, it recognizing that as well. So now you can see the account type is again checking and feature is withdrawal. And if I change this to saving, you can see the account type is saving and the feature is deposits. So now with this information, your fulfillment layer can get the required details. Next we have regex entity. With this you can provide regular expression for matching. Just like if you can enable this and you can say that I need A to Z and with number 1, 2, 3. So you can do that. So this is the regex. Moving on to automation expansion. So by clicking on this, you can enable automated expansion of your custom entity type. So when you enable it, your agent can recognize value that have not been explicitly provided. For example, in this account type, we haven't specified credit card as an account, but when user asks for it, it will or will not map it to account type, as it doesn't guarantee all the time that it will map to the entity. So the last one we have is fuzzy matching. So by default, entity matching required an extra match for an entity entries. This work with single word entities and synonyms, but may present a problem for multi-word values like mini statement. And if somebody says that statement mini, it will fail. So let me try and show you how it works. So when I say that statement mini, it doesn't work. But when you enable it fuzzy matching, what it does when you enable fuzzy matching, the ordering of the word doesn't matter. So when you say statement mini, it recognizes it as a mini statement value. So this is how the fuzzy matching works.